What up, though? How y'all feeling? Everybody good? It's your man, your friend, and family member, Braylon Lee here. I just want to say, first of all, welcome to my channel. Yes, this is my YouTube channel. I have a name. It will be out soon. I'm making a logo. I'm not saying I'm going all in, but, you have not cut your ass now. You got to get ready for greatness. Monique always said, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. But sometimes it's okay not to know how to get ready, because at least you're being authentic and not just rushing to get attention, okay? So everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion. Y'all know the copyright claim of the Republication Act, yeah. Okay, so here we go. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. So, season 15, episode 1, okay? So, Martell and Sheree, okay? So, Sheree opens up the door, and, Martell comes in, and Martell is a man of very few words, okay? So, basically, Martell had a photo shoot with Upscale Magazine, right? And so, Sheree asked, how did it go? It was good. Okay, if I was on a magazine shoot, child, I remember in the outfit, I remember in some of the kiki behind-the-scenes stuff that, couldn't make it to the show, couldn't make it to YouTube. I remember what I ate that day, all that stuff. Like, actually making a conversation, being on a magazine cover, not everybody gets to be on, you know what I mean? So at that point, then it cuts to Cherie saying that, she is still open to love. Because the producer asked, are you in love? And Cherie said, I didn't say that. You try to get me in trouble. But my thing is this, if you're hanging around him every weekend, as you say, and you've already introduced him, to the women of Real Housewives of Atlanta, child, at this point, it's got to be real or not. Everybody believes that's not real, okay? Everybody believes it's not real. So, Sheree, says to him, go to the back, have a surprise for you. So, Martell starts to get undressed and everything. And so, Sheree says that he has big dick energy. Child, big dick energy? Really? Big dick energy? Okay. It is what it is. I can't, because Martell has done so much to his ex-wife that, listen, just because they are Autobot to you doesn't mean their soul is not a Decepticon. You know what I mean? to use a media reference there, okay? So, in terms of big dick energy, the producer asked, how good in bed is he? Child, it was the red Solo cup for me, and the all of that. I don't know what it is about sipping tea on camera, but I promise you it's a whole vibe, right? So, Candy was talking about Martell on V103, the People Station in Atlanta, and said that, Martell is an opportunist. And so Martell was like, who was an opportunist? Todd is an opportunist. Now, here's my thing, right? Todd is a real ride or die dude, from what I have seen, okay? No, I don't know the brother, but at the end of the day, he and Candy have been together 9 years. You looking bad because you're not respecting your wife. So, he's got 9 years. You have how many years? Exactly. You know what I mean? So, dude, he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. You can't cast it, brother. You just cannot cast it. And not to mention, Martell talked about their height, which, what does height have to do with anything? Idiots can be tall or short. Just like smart people can be tall or short. Like, what the hell? So, Sheree says, Kenya is really excited to see Martell. And Martell's like, I don't think we've met, have we? And y'all haven't met, but you DM'd her, reportedly from you on Dish Nation, that you DM'd her to thank her for an interview that she did with Carlos. But during that interview, she really didn't say anything about you. Well, she did. She said that, like, I really do like Martell, something like that, and this is his redemption arc or something like that. But I think something to that degree. It might have been about Melody, but either way, she did mention you. But she mentioned you because Carlos asked her, Kenya, to be able to, if she could, tell, what cast member of The Real Housewives of Atlanta reminded her of different people on the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, so she talked about you because, you and the cast was brought up. She wouldn't have brought your name outright. So calm down with that. So then we see Courtney, come in. And before Courtney comes in, basically Sonya works out with Sheree. With Sheree. And so, Sonya is trying to get this, donk, or, in the words of Phaedra, a donkey booty, for Ross's 40th birthday party. So they are there trying to work that out. And, just having a really good girlfriend, sister friend, soldier friend type of time together, right? So then Courtney, Sheree's friend, comes over. She has a marketing company and jewelry brand. So according to Courtney, Candy reportedly asked around about Courtney. And so, Courtney was kind of like, what you mean? Because Candy thought that Courtney said that they were friends. Really, it wasn't that big of a deal. If I see somebody in a picture, I may ask about that person just to ask. That doesn't mean I hate them or anything. I'm just asking, who is this person, so I know who they are. So we get to that a little bit later. And Sheree is still upset with Candy about the skits. I'm known as, Marlo said, I'm known as worldwide. Candy is just in the States or something like that. So Sheree said, you use me every week because I'm good clickbait. So Candy did a Candy spoof of the whole reunion, and Sheree did not like that. And so Sheree said, when she's not talking about me is when either she's eating or sucking dick. And I'm like, really? Really though? Really? Like, child, the first, have you heard the First Amendment? Like, that's her right to talk about you. Like, that's why she has a speak on it. Oh my God. Well, I'm trying to think of the song. Speak on it, speak on it. Oh no, I know what it is, because I sing this song to myself. Speak on it, da da. Speak on it, da da. Speak on it, on it, on it. No, that's not gonna be her theme song, but that's what I say to myself when I think of Candy Speak on It. So it's like, listen, everybody can be upset with Candy about, she works too much, but if you had her schedule, had her bag, or her coin, in the words of Tamar Braxton, who shaded Kenya more by saying she was single and 50. Although Kenya does have a companion named Roy. We will get to that a little bit later, but it's like, at the end of the day, Candy's about her bag, and she's about her bag because she's trying to care for her family. You know what I mean? She does do things in the community. Not to mention, too, if you're trying to do good in the community, you don't have to publicize it. You just do it. Oh, my goodness. So that's basically it on Sheree and Martell. We will get to them a little bit later in this recap here. So, oh, man, that was good. Yes, I'm here for it. And, guys, You know my face by now. You know my face. I've been on De Silva's panel. I've been on Wente Talks, in the Messy Meetup. I've been on Sherelle's World, Tea Talk with Your Girl. So, and there was one other panel. We won't speak of that, but yeah. So I've been around these YouTube streets. I've been around these YouTube streets, but I'm so glad to be over here on my own page for sure. So yeah, to give y'all a little synopsis how I got started on YouTube. I just did to do it. I was at Kent State University. I did radio and TV, uploaded some stuff. And, yeah, I'm just like y'all, every day trying to make it and trying to give good to people that deserve it. So welcome in everybody to the Braylon channel. Okay, so now we are on Candy. Candy. So Candy is catching up with her former assistant. I was about to say former assistant who was a sister. That's what it sounded like. But anyway, catching up with Cameron, or Carmen rather. And so, they were talking about She by Sheree and all that type of stuff. And, Carmen was like, do y'all miss me? And Candy was like, of course we missed y'all. Dante says she has, new friends. And Candy was like, what are you talking about, new friends? So as they were talking about She by Sheree, House of Aaron, who I love so much, and he made his appearance on Roa. So shout out to Real House of Aaron, or the House of Aaron. He did a video recently about Martell Holt and the Candy coded clique, being upset about members only, and so he went on this respectful but passionate tirade about how y'all not going to tell me what party to be for. You know what I mean? And he gave an articulate comeback about how at the end of the day, if this is who you support, okay, cool, but that doesn't mean I have to support. I'm not going to bow down to y'all because y'all are coming at me. This is my opinion, and I do dumb myself down to be able to hang out with y'all because y'all like the tea, I like the tea, and we can like the tea together. So I'm trying to bring community, and y'all are attacking me. So shout out to House of Aaron for making that appearance. During this section of it as well, Ace misses, Candy, and Candy's in the middle of doing the confessionals, and the confessionals are taped either right after an event or, weeks upon weeks later when they re-show the clip in front of them and they give their take. So she was in the middle of that, and she was like, and Ace was like, Mommy, can you come home? I need help. She was like, well, isn't someone there right now? It's like, Mommy, it's better when you help me. And I felt so bad. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants their mama or daddy. Now, some people may not want their mama and dad because of the relationship that they had growing up, and that is legitimately okay. That's legitimately okay because we don't know your pain, right? But usually, most kids, they want their mom, they want their dad there because it is a very, it's a safe place to fall, rather. It really is a safe place to fall. And so Ace wanted that. And so it was on a panel where, I think it was on Sherelle's World that, Candy and them chose to have these kids. I think that was V who said it, that they chose to have the kids Todd and Candy. And so, they're going to have to make a decision, career or kids. And, I agree, but I disagree. Because at the end of the day, listen, what's the point of gaining the whole world just to lose your soul? To use a quote, right? And I think that, as you are driving as hard as you can for your kids, that does go into your career, right? Your career is your career because you get to give it purpose, and hopefully if you give it enough purpose, time, and investment, then that will be benefits to your beneficiaries. And I think sometimes we don't know how to turn work mode and home mode on and off because we work so hard so we can have a home and we try to love the home so that way the home will be good so we can go to work, so each thing goes into the other. But anyway, so basically Cameron, Dante, and Candy are there. Then Kenya Moore comes through to hang out for a little bit, and then Marietta comes in, who is Candy's, who is who's Kenya's friend. And so Maya and Candy had a bit of a beef because of basically the Marlo situation, Marlo throwing her nephews out. And so Candy was like, I can't believe that, you were listening to her, you were on her side, or whatever the case. And so Mayetta and Candy are cool now, but that was an issue for her. And Mayetta's hips are grooving, okay? Hey, 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 turn up, now switch. Turn up, now switch. To use a Will Smith song. But anyway, so they're talking about the party coming up and Ross's 40th birthday party coming up. And so, the crew was at another party, and Kenya found, a new companion named Roy. So they were talking about that, and, Kenya was like, this chocolate Barbie, is looking too good. And I will say this, right? Kenya Moore is no Jill Scott. Never could, never can, never will be a Jill Scott. But she is a beautiful woman, though. She is a very beautiful woman. And you know what? I'm happy for her, because it seemed like in that relationship with Mark Daly, it was just a lot that, she didn't seem really happy. You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, we only know these people from what the cameras capture and what is able to be put on TV. So I do try to give grace to everybody, because we were all somebody yesterday, we're going to be somebody today, and we're definitely going to be somebody tomorrow. So, with that being said, they get to talking about Martell. And so with Martell, Kenya says that Martell slid into her DM. And basically, they also said, the girl said that Martell also was trying to spend time with somebody else in Atlanta while he's reportedly dating Sheree. And so they call Martell a thirst trap, and they throw up Martell's pictures. They throw up his pictures, child, okay? So basically, Kenya is like, there should be a spinoff show called, with Sheree saying, the spinoff should be Watch Me Date These Dumb Dudes of Atlanta. And, oh my God. So I think it was when Sheree said about Candy that she doesn't have, any more periods in the menstrual cycle. And I'm just like, what the heck? Really? We're bringing menstrual cycles on television now? Like, low-key, well, I'll say this. Some people know, some people don't. But I'm not going to say what menstrual cycle is. Go look it up. Go look it up. Go look it up. But it was just really, at the end of the day, like, that's not cool. I don't care what you're going through. Like, you don't have to bring up somebody's menstrual cycle just because, you do not, like them. You know what I mean? And so, Candy and Todd have an argument about, supporting each other because, Todd is working on this movie, or he's working on different movies trying to become a filmmaker. And Candy was like, it's family time. And so Todd seemed frustrated, like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta spend time with my family. And so, producer's like, do you want to look at this last scene? He was like, yeah, let me look at that last scene. And listen, this is what I have to say, because I was on Sherelle's World, right? And child, that panel was hot. There was a guy called New Guy. He has a name, but Sherelle is calling him New Guy. He came through with all the receipts, hunty, and gave his take. And so, Chronicles of the Gray-Haired Diva, shout out to her. She was saying that, Todd, your job is to be the backseat right now, be supportive to Candy. Your time will come, but it's not right now. You knew what you signed up for. And so, I said this, right? At the end of the day, yes, we do know what we sign up for, but not really, because the first 6 months to a year is that representative, right? Then after that year, it's the real person. It was a video with Fanta Moneta She's a BBW content creator and model. And so she was like, the first time we went to bed together, now how I go when we are in a relationship. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I feel it, and I think Todd knew what he was signing up for because she was ambitious, but just because you know that they're ambitious doesn't mean you know how deeply ambitious they're going to be and how many things they're going to do. So I'll say that. In addition to, I think, black men, get a bad rap. Because at the end of the day, Todd is a human being too, right? And he deserves to have his shine. And, in couples like that where both of them are big stars, you don't want to seem jealous, envious, or just downright just hateful of someone else. And so you can be supportive, but how long can you be supportive and not recognize your own worth? So I think he's been there for 9 years. He's very supportive. I think he has the right to be his own person. Okay? So that is it on Candy and Todd there. So yeah. So I'm gonna give y'all some tea. This is my first time ever watching a full episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. For real. I've known about the show for a very long time. My ex got me onto The Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh, child. I never knew Potomac, Maryland existed. But, the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you're giving me. So, I really do like Potomac. I just think that Lizelle, Juan's roommate, or as Colomine Peak would say, Roberto, and Ashley, which honestly I'm gonna call her Shadley. She likes to jump in other people's mess, but let somebody come for Michael, and Lord Jesus is a whole other thing. Those three women need to go, but reportedly they're all back for a new season, child. And okay, I'll get it from DJ Richie Sky and Kim Pyre and Color Me Pink and Drop the Mic and Wente Talk and Brown Skin Girl. I'll get it from y'all. I'll get the tea from all of y'all on that show. And if I tune in, I tune in. If I don't, I don't. But yes, this is my first official recap. Of course, I'm going to be reviewing Brat Loves Judy. I love that show. I've been watching it since season 1. And honestly, to tell you the truth, can we be real with each other? Can we be really, oh my God, really real with each other? Brat Loves Judy is a way bigger show than Growing Up Hip Hop. I'm saying it right now. It is way bigger than Growing Up Hip Hop. Vanessa and Angela Simmons, for those of you who don't know, they were on Run's House. I think those two can have a show. The Simmons Sisters Summoning Greatness reality show. And it's looking at these two sisters of hip-hop summoning success in being entrepreneurs, summoning success in relationships, summoning success in their health, summoning success in their friendships. I think that there's some people on Growing Up Hip Hop that could carry their own show, and then there are some that they can't carry a show. That's why they're on for ensemble cast, which is nothing wrong for ensemble cast. If the cast is done right, the storylines are done right, and the vibe is right, then it can be a successful show. But Brat Loves Judy is a way bigger show than Growing Up Hip Hop. And I hope that, Kaleidoscope Media is a thing. Jessica Dupar, if you do hear this, I'm available to make Kaleidoscope Media happen. Thank you, love you, appreciate you. Okay, so let's move on, child. Let's move on to Sonya. Okay, let's move on to Sonya. So Sonya is a Jamaican athlete, 3-time Olympic gold medalist. So put some respect on her name. I've never been to the Olympics. I don't have that athleticism in me. If there was a sport that I think could be in the Olympics. Public speaking is a sport, okay? Public speaking is definitely a sport. There's this thing called Toastmasters where you basically get judged for the topic, the energy of the topic, how engaged you were. So if Toastmasters can be a thing, I think public speaking can be a thing. And with that, I would have been an Olympic gold medalist. Olympics, you can still make that happen. By the way, I think esports gaming will be an Olympic sport. I mean, can you imagine somebody getting a gold medal for a speed run through Super Mario 64, or getting a gold medal for Splatoon or Mario Kart? But anyway, so you got that, and Sonya has 9 people living in her house. 9 people living in one house. Listen, to use a reference from another reality show, 90 Day Fiance. I'm kind of taking a break on 90 Day Fiance this season because at the end of the day, I'm just not here for it. I am just not here for it anymore. Like, the storylines are tired, and, you know, Big Ed has gotten on my nerves. Angela has gotten on my nerves. There's been so many people. Bilal, child, it's a whole kickable. But why am I bringing them up? Because there's this couple named Patrick, and oh my God, what's you know how your auntie's like, boy, what's your name? What's your name? Hang on, let me look it up. Patrick and hang on, y'all. I'm looking up the name. 90 Day Fiance. Because there's a reason why I'm about to bring up Patrick and Thais. Okay, so Patrick and Thais. The reason why I'm bringing up Patrick and Thais is because his brother, his brother John lived in the house with Patrick and Thais. And listen, Thais wanted to be able to have her house with Patrick because they want privacy in terms of conversation, they want privacy in terms of space, and also they want to fuck. Sorry, y'all. They want to have some sex, right? So you got 9 people in your house. There ain't no room for privacy. There ain't no room for conversation. There ain't no room for nothing. So God bless her. And she did, and Sonya did say something very important. She said, you know, she's supporting them, but she also has to support them. And that's a very difficult position to be in, that you have made it. You've done the work, and so you feel a sense of obligation of, let me tell you, since I made it, I'm going to support y'all and y'all endeavors. But it's one thing to support them as an individual. It's another thing to support them with your time, your energy, your commitment, your resources. So she hired her brother-in-law as her assistant so he can get into the real estate game of Atlanta, because it hasn't been easy for him. So the Ross's 40th birthday party is based on Harlem Nights because Ross loves Black history and gambling. So very cool. Sonya said there was a venue canceled, but she found another one, so there will be a party. And so I think it was her sister calling her a dingbat because they have to be on a routine, the kids. So dinner time is at 6:30, but the kids want to stay outside. And so she's got to, you know, come through and be the mean one. And so everyone was saying, well, you know what? You could take your attitude, your selfishness, and your extraness out of my house. And I'm like, yo, really? Really, that's what we doing? Okay. But in the same token, though, I understand it, right? Because if somebody is bringing you into their home, I'm not saying you gotta agree with everything, but you do have to respect and agree with what they are doing for you, right? And so I think it's an issue of routine versus flexibility, right? That routine keeps Sonya and her family consistent, because when you are inconsistent, that means that there is no structure, right? So I think that that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of parents, and every parent has somewhat of a structure. I mean, even if you have structure, but you leave room for spontaneity, there's structure in the spontaneity. We are going to go to let's just say if I was in Orlando, we're going to Disney World today. Okay, why are we going to Disney World? Well, because I have the money and the routine of paying the bills and everything's done, so I have a little extra time going to do something. That's flexibility in your spontaneity, right? So Sonya went to a designer, to get ready for the party and everything. Sonya threw $100,000 for Ross's 4-year birthday party. Originally it was going to be $40,000, but I'm like this. You know what? I'm the same way. If my wifey's birthday was coming up, I'm not going to go broke. But also, it's going to look like a party. It's going to look like a party. So yeah, that's basically it on Sonya. We are going to get to the party because, child, a lot happened at this party. Kenya Moore was featured. Hang on, y'all. I'm just making a mental note here. So Kenya Moore was shown, and so Kenya brought in some dresses for her daughter, Brooklyn, and Kenya Moore had this cute moment with Brooklyn. You gone with the wind, fabulous. You're gone with the wind, fabulous. And I'm like, you know what? I think, and this is what I was thinking about Kenya. I think Kenya has a lot of love to give. And I think she is just very selective of the love that she gives to people, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because we all have been through trauma in our lives in some capacity. And I think that when we showcase our defense mechanism, sometimes it can come across mean, hateful, shady. Although it can be the truth sometimes, that doesn't mean there's not love in her heart. And I genuinely believe Kenya loves Brooklyn so much, and it was so nice to see a black mother and daughter relationship, even at that small age. So shout out to Kenya Moore for that, for sure. I think that was the only big scene with Kenya, because on the show, the big segments are long, right? So they try to, do the cut, what they call it, cross cut or title card. You know what I'm trying to say when they show Candy and her dress and then goes into, her segment, right? So that was it for Kenya Moore. So now we get to Marlo, right? So Marlo now is basically, with her nephews, and so it is Taco Tuesday, and the nephews have grown up so much, and so they're making quesadillas. And so Marlo is like, so what are the options? One of the nephews says, not many. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for these two. Like, listen, Auntie, we have done our best. These are the options. I think the options were steak and shrimp, I think, or something like that. So Marlo's sister, who is bipolar, is schizophrenic, came out of jail last month. And Marlo did kick out her nephews last year because she needed a break. A lot of people did not like that. Listen, I know you need a break, but also too, they didn't ask to be here, right? So Miss Sharon comes through as a life coach, and she's talking about the mission statement of the family and how you should take a picture of who you guys are, and that should be your mission statement. Your picture will be your mission statement because of the energy that you put into the picture. And so the mission statement was, we will show up as a family through and through, no matter what, good or bad. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's basically what it was. And so, one of the things that was said by Michael, he said, you put a lot of stress on me. It's okay. It changed. I am proud of him saying that because it's a very difficult situation. And, Marlo is a muntie, so she's an auntie and a mom, and she never has really experienced that because she said that gentle parenting was new for her. Because back then it was like, you do as I say, go upstairs, or I'm going to give you something to go upstairs about. So it wasn't being mean, but it was just being firm, because they knew that if they were firm, that would handle that attitude would handle you so they can do what they need to do to take care of you. I get that completely. But, I think in terms of kids, it is difficult for them to understand what being an adult is because they're in a kid's place. You know what I mean? And so I'm proud of, Michael saying you put a lot of stress on me. It's okay. It changed. And the same token that he said that is also okay if there are still feelings of resentment. I've never been thrown out my parents' house, but that's because I was raised right not to act a fool that much. Until I need to move out because I needed to grow up in being an adult. But I think it's absolutely okay for kids and parents to, say, hey, look, this actually hurt me, and here is why. It is okay. Kids have feelings too. It may have changed, but that doesn't mean the hurt is still not there. So I will say, shout out to Marlo for, trying to do the right thing. And, we all make mistakes in doing the right thing, but that doesn't mean we're not trying to do the right thing, okay? So that is it on Marlo. Now, we get to the party. We get to the party. Yeah. Was that extra? Yes, it was. Was it necessary? No, it wasn't. But did you come to my page? Yes, you did. By the way, y'all. Hit the like, subscribe, the notification bell so you can get all the alerts from when I do videos. I probably should have said that at the beginning. But this is my first video, okay? This is my very, very first video. So, please forgive me. I just got right into the recap because we don't have time to waste. We got tea to spill and to drink and to savor the flavor. So, we are at the party. Everyone is looking really good. Kenya Moore, I think she has like a bop. Marlo has a bop as well. Candy and Todd coming through clean. Like everybody came through clean, right? So at the party, everybody is, catching up and all that. Marlo is, saying that, hey, listen, this is going to be the first time I've seen, Candy since their trip to, I can't remember what the place was, but it's been a while since that trip. So Marlo did think it was funny, but like, be careful. So Marlo's having a good time. Kenya is like, my expectations are low because if it's low for this, I may not come to the next party, right? So that is what she is saying. But Kenya is very impressed with the party. And so, Sonya's going around the room, checking in on everybody. Hey, how's it going? Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. So then Courtney and Candy get into a situation where basically Courtney is like, so I just wanted to let you know that I have no beef with you. I heard that you were asking about me because I said we were friends. And, Candy was like, okay, I knew the young lady in the picture because she's in the music industry, and the music industry, just like the media industry, for those of you who may not know, it is a big industry with a lot of small fish. That means everybody knows everybody. So at the end of the day, Candy wasn't really upset with her, and Courtney should not have been upset with Candy, but it seemed like Courtney was just being extra because Courtney just kept bobbing up in Candy's face. And so it was like, okay, listen. Candy was like, I'm about to headbutt this bee. You know what I mean? And look, personally, I don't think it really need to take a headbutting. But I can also understand that when you have tried to de-escalate the situation, I'm like, I'm not mad at you, girl. I'm not mad at you. We run the same circles. But in the same token, that doesn't mean that I know you. I could run into, let's just say I run to Babyface, right? You got that whip appeal, so whip it on me, right? I could be in a social circle with him at a couple of events. That doesn't mean we're friends. We just ran the same circles. We go to the same events, right? So yeah, I think Courtney was thirsty. She definitely needed some Lipton Hard iced tea. By the way, if y'all haven't tried that, please go get it. It's absolutely, absolutely, absolutely delicious. Smoother than Twisted Tea. And I'm a Twisted Tea fan, but it is way smoother than Twisted Tea Lipton Hard Iced Tea. Hashtag plug, hashtag announcement, hashtag will be a brand ambassador for them in the future. I'm speaking that to existence. Amen, amen, amen. Or yes, 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 amen, amen. Anyway, so that whole thing happened, child. Marlo is so shady. She leans her head to be able to listen like, girl, okay, well. So Marlo's like, for once it doesn't have anything to do with me. But the fact that you said for once it doesn't have anything to do with you means that you bring drama. So that doesn't count you out. So then, Martell and Sheree come through. And, Kenya's asking, so is it official now? And Martell's like, yeah, we're officially dating. Which he's lying because, on Good Day Atlanta, on Fox 5 in Atlanta. By the way, shout out to all those good people. And Elise Edie, who was Miss Arkansas, who was on, today's THV this morning. Shout out to you. And so proud of you. And, of course, Jeanette Reyes and Robert Burton in Washington, D.C. with Good Morning Washington, I think. All y'all Arkansans who have moved up in the world. So damn proud of y'all. Roger Usain and Susie Simone. Stephanie Simone. Yeah, Stephanie Simone. Shout out to all of y'all. See y'all out here. And so proud of y'all. So anyway. So basically on Good Day Atlanta, Martell was saying that, we're good friends. She's cool people. And I'm like, so wait a minute, on the show you're saying we're dating. But, in interviews, it's good people. And so, Martell and Carlos are going on this press tour. They went on Dish Nation, a nationally syndicated show, which should be an hour-long show, so that we can upload our video responses so they can be played. Really, Dish Nation can be a 2-hour show on the right network for a morning show, to be honest with you, from 7 to 9. You know what? That's what should have happened. BET should have picked up Dish Nation from 9 to 10, 10 to 11. That would have been cool. Dish Nation weekdays on BET, 9 to 11 a.m. But, it is what it is, child. That Breakfast Club is on at 9 a.m. But after that Ebony Williams interview, where DJ Envy got in on her behind, rightfully so. And like I said, my opinion on that with the Ebony Williams thing, you know what? I'll give my opinion on that in another video, chat. We'll talk. I'm here now on YouTube, so we'll talk. But anyway, back to all of this at the party. So Kenya's like, oh, okay, cool, about Sheree and Martell. And so, Martell was like, why are you looking at me like that? Or why are you looking at Sheree like that? Or something like that. Kenya had a look. And so Sheree was like, what you need to be worried about is if, Mark is going to be taking more mana. And I'm like, honey, sweet tea, sugar, did Chateau Sheree take 8 years to build? So really, you have no room to talk. You have no room to talk at all. And I think her divorce wasn't even clean either, because Phaedra Parks was Sheree's attorney. So let's not do that. So all that's going on, and then Marietta, is asking Sheree, hey, is everything good? Because we heard some things. And so, Marietta was saying that, he was trying to date someone else in Atlanta. And Sheree was like, well, where's she at? Because I'm in the room. So then Kenya said that Martell slid into her DM. And so Sheree was like, well, we're going to, let me just ask him. And so Sheree gives the wife, come here, And she had that, her face was deep and crunched, like, and not in the, but, you understand, one was sexual and want to give it to you. The other one was like, mother F, get your over here if you know what's good for you. You know what I mean? So, so basically, Martell comes over and, starts to ask questions. And, of course, they leave us on a cliffhanger. And they were good at Bravo. They were so good. Because I thought that scene was going to be in the first episode. The way it started was in the first episode. But we got to wait till next Sunday, child. Next Sunday to see how it turns out. So, that's basically the episode. And it says to be continued. So, child, that is your Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Season 15, episode 1. Y'all, this has been so much fun. Oh, a little extra tea. Kenya says that, you went from, community D to community property. Sonya said about, and this is all about Martell, by the way. Sorry, y'all. There's a lot going on in my head. Out of my rambling comes greatness. Just give me time. So basically, Candy says that Martell is community property. You went from community service to community property. Which I'm like, damn. Tell me how you really feel. Sonya says, well, there's no ankle bracelet, so that's an upgrade. And then Kenya says, why is he here on your arm? So, okay, so I'm going to give y'all a little tea, right? So, the bigger the scene, the bigger the chance you will be in the reunion, right? So, because Martell was, video chat or video called Sheree during the last reunion, and they did that as a flashback, right? Martell will probably be, in and out this season, but I think because Carlos King of the Raindrops, allegedly, yeah, and I watched his interviews, and by the way, he had a interview with Marceau. I'll say this: the interview with Marceau and Carlos was a very deep conversation. I was surprised about what Marceau had to say. His perspective seemed like some men that I know. Not so much in everything he said, but his attitude of like, listen, I do the bills, I take care of family, I am the cavalry, that type of mindset. I understood. I may or may not do a recap on that interview, so let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to. But anyway, Carlos King worked on ROA, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and so I think what Carlos probably said to Martell was like, listen, you're dating Sheree on that show. Remember, the bigger the scene, the more you'll be shown. And the more you're shown, the more you'll be on the reunion. Okay? Because the reunion usually covers everything that we didn't get to in the season. So, this might be a really big play on the field that Martell is making to be on the reunion. Maybe use the reunion as a way to redeem himself on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So just a little insider tea there. But no, this was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, my name is Braylon Lee. I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube now. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I just haven't posted really any videos because my thing is this: I didn't want my calendar to become content. I didn't want to think, oh my God, I have to edit this and edit that and da-da-da-da-da-da, because I'm a free flower, right? So shout out to all the people that edit and cut and paste their own content. That's not easy. I think I may have an intro coming up here soon, but I just thought for maybe the first couple of pieces of content, I think I just talk to y'all like this, right? So, like I said, we'll learn YouTube together. I will be going live. sometime soon, right? Because I got to figure out StreamYard, yo. I got to figure out StreamYard and how to work that, da 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 da. But I appreciate you. I love you. I value. I embrace you. Stay tuned to the channel because there definitely will be more information spilled. Of course, you can catch me on Tea Talk with your girl for cultural conversations on Saturdays at, I think, 3 p.m. And then, of course, our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap show, which if you haven't seen our latest recap on this past episode, please go watch it on Tea Talk with your girl YouTube channel. It was a good kiki, ha and a laugh for sure. And I'm also shout out to Melody, MC Melody Mac, love you queen as well. I wish Melody was on the recap with us this last episode, because child, it was so good. And yeah, I think my main goal on YouTube, honestly, is to bring light, to bring love, to bring laughter, and to bring soul. I think the world is so broken right now, and it is sad that there are broken people. But that doesn't mean that everybody's broken, right? I think that YouTube is an escape. And I think the comments that people make on social media, they would never execute that in real life because they don't have the capacity, capability, or brain comprehension to do it. And then there are some people that, their mama's launch pad was broken, their dad rocket was under recall, and there was the launch failure that came out. So they take that anger, them being a launch failure, on everybody else, and that's not cool. So I hope to bring soul to commentary. I hope to make you laugh. I hope to make you smile. I hope to make you think. And although we are going to disagree at times, that doesn't mean that I still can't love you. You still can't love me. We can't be one big happy family, to use Barney's words for sure. But thank you guys so much. I really do hope you've enjoyed this recap of Roa. I'm going to leave y'all with something here. I found this on greatday.com. That's GREAT, greatday.com. I found this on, 106.7 Hallelujah FM in my hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas. That station's no longer on anymore. But they used to read these daily motivational thoughts, so I will read this for you now. Wednesday, May 10th, 2023, good for all. When you oppose yourself too. When you love yourself too. Conflict is sometimes necessary, but that doesn't make it preferable. More often than not, there is a much better option. You are interconnected with everyone and everything else in ways that are obvious and ways you'll never know. Every action brings consequences that go far beyond where it's directed. You cannot win by seeking to cause loss. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. Seek instead to create value, and its benefits will flow throughout all of life. Appreciate the connections you can see. Respect the ones that remain hidden. Make good use of the energy and substance that all those connections bestow. Genuine joy, freedom, peace are desirable wherever and among whomever they exist. Do what enables life to be good for all and good for you. Ralph Morrison. If you like that daily motivational thought, good for all, please go to GREAT day.com. And you know what I got from that, y'all, is at the end of the day, there can be good for all, but you have to work on the good for it to come back to you. It's like that. It's like Cartoon Network's Boomerang. And I don't think they say this anymore, but it was in this old school voice of Boomerang. It's all coming back to you. So basically, whatever you throw out, it will come back to you. You know what I mean? And you cannot win by seeking to cause loss. And there are some people on Clubhouse, the social audio app. There's some people on YouTube. And there's some people in life that seek to win by causing loss, destruction, and chaos. By saying one thing on camera, but being behind the scenes in another way. And that's not cool. That's not cool, because at the end of the day, if you are struggling with something, then say that. If you don't know how to execute what you need to say, then say that. If you don't know the resources to go get to be able to work through that, then say that. But do not cause loss thinking that that will help your healing, because there's still going to be pain there. Appreciate the connections you see and respect the ones that are hidden. Sometimes, and sometimes we poke the bear, and we get the bear back. But respect the ones that remain hidden. Respect the ones that, you don't tell everybody about. And that's okay not to tell everything to everybody. I don't know when in the world we have gotten to the point where, girl, I ate this today. Girl, I went here today. I went there. I went everywhere today. The more you share of your life, the less special your life is. You know what I mean? If I'm talking to somebody, y'all will not know until I let y'all know, right? And here's the thing. I know that's being hypocritical or having the blackpocracy or the blackdacity to say that, but I think we need to get back to a society of respect, privacy, and perspective. And I think that's true. Respect, privacy, and perspective. I think the respect factor comes in from how we respect responsibility, people, places, information. I think perspective comes through, learning, reading, watching, conversations, and then privacy. Guess what? If it matters to you, don't post it. Like my mom and dad, they do not like being on social media. I respect that, but then they also respect me in being on social media because I'm trying to get a media career going, right? So they understand that. And so privacy, just respect people how they feel. They don't want to be posted on social media. Don't post them on social media, regardless of what's going on, because you won't want that done to you. And I think the reason why sometimes we lose out on things is because we don't respect privacy. I had a former person who was talking about his young lady in public, and so the young lady said that she did not want him talking about her in public. You know what I mean? Because she's a private person. So I said, hey man, listen, the reason why we lose our blessings is because we don't respect the terms of what that blessing wants. And so I said that to him in love. I'll say that to y'all in love. If you have a blessing, if you want to keep it, just respect the terms of the blessing. That's it. That's it. And not to mention too, when less people are in your business, the more of a better chance you have to work things out. Not just in relationships, but it's a better chance for you to work out your finances. It's a better chance for you to work out your physical health, your mental health. Not to mention too, there's some people that'll go travel for weeks on end. They'll take all the pictures and video, and then they will come back and then post all the receipts. Because guess what? They don't want people to know that they were traveling. But also, too, it doesn't work if you're a travel content creator. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so like I said, those things I saw. And then conflict is sometimes necessary, but that doesn't make it preferable. I think that this is also important, too, because sometimes when we see a person in a light that is not preferable, we will paint them with a broad brush of, oh, that's who they are. That's not the case, y'all. That's not the case at all. I love everybody, but I don't put up with best that I don't have to. And I always say this to all my friends. If you're on my pride rock, you're on my pride rock. But if you come against my pride rock, I will mentally decapitate you and not care about how you will recover. I mean that. I absolutely mean that. I let them know that up front, so just in case something happens, they're like, why are you doing this to me? You talk about me every motherfucking day. Y'all getting weird. Y'all getting weird, man. Some people cause storms, and then other people are named storms. That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. But anyway. Oh my God. Oh my God. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special. You were always born a blessing. And trust you may not be where you want to be, but I know that you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. And whether you are being a parent, whether you're being an entrepreneur, whether you're being a family of one, whether you're being a member of the community, or whatever you're doing in your life, make sure that you are giving purpose to what matters to you. Make sure you are giving as much love as you can give to what you can give, but also make sure that tomorrow is something to look forward to. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, hit the like button rather, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please comment in the comment section with what you guys liked about this. I know it's just rambling to some of you, but to others of you, you may actually enjoy this. I would love to hear your take in the comment section. Much love, everybody. See you soon. Bye.